Hello guys, welcome to CSN, Clemson Sports News. We got a guy on the show with us today. We call him our new 5-star recruit because I've known this guy for years, and every time the hat is somewhere that he needs a picture, he gets a picture for his Facebook that is just knock you out. It's because of this guy, Carl Ackerman. Welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you, man.
All right, and welcome to the team.
Yeah, hey, looking forward to it. It's a great opportunity.
Yesterday, Gary gave me a call. He said, we're going to announce this thing. And I'm going to tell you, a good friend of mine, Bart Boatwright.
Oh, yeah, I love Bart, man.
Yeah, me too. And I told him, I said, man, guess who's coming? And he was like, oh, that's my equal. I mean, that's a compliment because you and Bart have been around forever.
Yeah.
And the pictures that you two have taken are just unreal.
There's so many good photographers, and Bart's the best in the business. So, for him to give me that compliment, that's awesome. But yeah, he catches moments that just amaze me sometimes.
Well, that's because y'all guys have did it so long till you know what to look for.
Right.
Man, you were pretty much the head photographer for Clemson the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, I shot for Clemson Athletics and covered all sports. But there's so many, we got so many videographers and student photographers, and that was one of the favorite things I got to do there was work with all the student photographers, and we'd have about 6 each semester, and so that some would graduate and we'd get new ones, and working with them and training them. That was awesome. Yeah. And the kids are so smart, so intelligent, and they would learn stuff so much faster than I learned it. And I could teach them a little bit and they'd get going with it, and then before long I'm like, how'd you do that? And then they're teaching me. So that was really probably my favorite part of the whole thing, was working with the students.
Well, and before you came in a while ago, you were out, you got a little landscape company going on the side.
I'm back doing that, yeah. I had one that I ran for 23 years and sold that and didn't know what I was going to do. And then about that time, Clemson's like, well, how about covering all sports for us? So I'm like, okay. So that just kind of fell into place. And then, now since I'm not with Clemson anymore, I didn't know what I was going to do, and then I got this opportunity with Gary. I went to high school with Gary. We played some JV football together. And I knew you, and you came on board, and I'm like, man, this could be fun,
Yeah.
So,
well, when you're working with friends, a whole lot more fun. And I know this website is growing like crazy, and you're only a big star at the top of this thing to give us the shots and all that we need to stand out to people.
Yeah. Well, I hope I
can
deliver.
Hey, let me tell you, that landscaping, it's hot out there now, and I had a landscape company, and finally I just got too old for it, and
I'm too old for it too.
But if you're like me, you got old customers that man, they still love you, so they want you back. So good luck with that.
Thank you.
But hey, when you were traveling with Clemson, now you did some big games.
Oh yeah.
And I seen you when I'd go to basketball, there you are. When I never seen you at volleyball and all, because I didn't go, but you had to do all that, didn't you?
Yeah, and like I say, we had, usually 5 or 6 student photographers, so we did divide, up, the workload.
Yeah.
And so, I didn't have to be at every volleyball game, and I didn't have to be at every, basketball game, but a lot of times I would go even if it wasn't my night to shoot, just because, I wanted to maybe try some different angles or do something different, and I just enjoyed being there. If you want to capture a good moment, you can't capture it if you're not there.
That's right.
So I just, a lot of times I just went, and I enjoyed doing it.
Well, I've seen a bunch of pictures from the stadium when we started with these fireworks and all, and man, those were great ones. But my favorite one in my cave that you shot was Doug Kingsmore Stadium. and it was kind of like, what do you call that, where it kind of makes a round?
Like a fisheye.
Yeah, fisheye.
Yeah.
Yeah, and man, and then I actually looked, and there was the hat in his seat down there. so yeah, it was
Awesome.
Yeah, that thing, you had signed it, and then I knew you, but then I started seeing like the book from the 2016 National Championship. And even before we started this show today, I was down in my cave and I was looking through it. And I mean, it was almost like I was back in Tampa.
Oh, I love
those
going back,
shots.
just looking through it myself and just reliving. Every time the game comes on TV,
Oh, I know.
or a rerun, I don't care what you're doing, you gotta like stop and watch it. you know?
But the action shots, man, I'm like, oh my God. It was almost like watching a video and there were pictures.
That's what, I grew up here in Clemson, and I went to Clemson, and to be able to capture those moments, because that's part of Clemson history.
Oh, yeah.
And so now, 20 years from now, I might go back and watch a game, get a program, I might like, hey, I took that picture,
Oh, wow.
But just having the opportunity to record those historic moments, and it's just awesome, especially the winning the national championships, and of course that first year, we didn't win, and then coming back and winning, and then not playing our best game in New Orleans that one year, but then the grit those guys had, and the seniors that the guys that came back that could have left, but it was unfinished business, and then putting that undefeated season together, just so many good moments, man.
Well, I'm 57 years old, but to be honest with you, I was starting to have doubts that we'd ever win another one after 81. But now, I talked to Mickey Butler this morning, and I told him, I see us winning 5 out of the next 10.
It looks good, man. It looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's not a reach. So just being part of that. But a lot of your photos and all are at Alan's Creation.
Right.
And Trent's a good friend of mine, a good friend of yours.
Yep.
So man, you go in that place, it is unreal, the stuff he has.
Oh, yeah.
But your pictures, when he told me, he said, hey, Carl did this. I mean, he's always telling me that.
Yep.
But Trent's a good guy now.
Yeah, I grew up with Trent. Matter of fact, they moved into their house in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
They lived right down the street. But they moved into their house in the neighborhood the day I came home from the hospital as a baby.
Oh my!
So Trent's mom, when she was alive, she's passed now, but when she was alive, somebody would come in the frame shop. They used to work down there for him sometime, and be like, well, how long have y'all lived in Clemson? And Doris would holler back there like, Carl, how old are you? So I've known Trent a long time. Great guy. Worked for him. Still work for him some. Help him out, and he's been real good to me, carrying my work and getting it licensed. Everything's got to go through licensing and making sure everything's legit to sell. So.
Hey, and people think, we were talking earlier, how people think you take a picture and then you turn around and sell it. There's a lot more to getting one of your pictures out there than just take a picture and hand it to somebody.
Yeah, I like to do things the right way. I mean, people, I'm sure there's a lot of people that sell stuff they're not supposed to, but everything of mine goes through licensing. Trent turns it in, makes sure that, it gets approved, and then once it's approved, then, we can sell it. So it's a good source, a little extra income, so everything helps. Camera gear is expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a lot of weddings at the Loom. Yeah. And man, I'm gonna tell you, just photographers are the main vendor at our weddings, because it just captures all of the event. Without that, we'd be trying to think with our brain, hey, I don't remember. But you look at those pictures and man, it just brings it back to you. So hey, it's a huge job, what you got, but I'm glad that you can kind of lay back a little bit, not do everything, and go cut a little bit of grass. Man, you're gonna chill now. That grass will get you in the shade.
Do a little fishing, some hunting maybe, and have a little more time, because shooting all sports, I was always on. There was always something.
Oh, I know.
I was always on the go, and so I'm looking forward to having a little time off, but still being around the program and